Most brokerages have one way to make income, and that is to sell houses and then you get your commission. But Real has 8 different ways in which you can earn income, but most agents only know about 2 or 3 of them. So today I'm breaking down every single income stream available to you at Real so you can decide which ones make the most sense for your business. Let's dig into the ways in which you can earn an income at Real. So there's 8 different ways that every agent can earn income at Real. We've got commission income, pre-cap stock purchase program and bonuses, stock awards for capping, post-cap stock purchase program and annual bonus, elite agent, production and cultural awards, stock awards for attracting and revenue share income. So we'll dig into these here real quick. So first up, I'm just going to briefly talk about the commission plan. It's an 85-15 split. So what that means is if a $10,000 commission is coming in, you would get $8,500 of that gross, and the brokerage would get $1,500. As far as other fees that you would pay, you have a $249 join fee when you first join. There's a $40 compliance and broker review CBR fee on every single transaction, both pre-cap and post-cap. And then there's a $750 a year annual brokerage fee that's paid $250 out of your first 3 transactions every single year. Once you pay in $12,000 to the company, so that 15% that goes to Real, once you pay them $12,000, then you would have a $285 transaction fee. And if you hit elite agent status, so then normally that's selling after you cap about 21 or 22 more homes, then your transaction fees would drop down to $129. So that is the commission plan. The only difference for the commission plan, if you have a team, is your agents on your team can opt into a $6,000 cap. And so that means that they would only have to pay in $6,000 to the brokerage. I cover teams on another video, but basically all of the other numbers are the same. Okay, so up next, what I'm going to talk about is the pre-cap stock purchase program. And basically what this is you opt into the stock purchase program. You're saying, yes, I'm in, and you're in for the duration of the year. You can opt out, but once you're out, you wouldn't be able to opt back in. So like I always recommend doing it, especially when you first sign up. And basically you opt in and you're doing both the pre-cap and post-cap stock purchase program. And then you set aside 5% of your commission pre-cap towards purchasing stock. And then for the post-cap, it's 10% of your commission. And then the company will bonus you shares after 12 months. Okay. And so you're setting aside a little bit of money on every single transaction. And then again, the company will bonus you out additional shares after 12 months. The next way you can earn income is at stock awards for capping. So when you cap, you get a couple shares of stock as soon as you cap. And so for a $12,000 cap, a full cap, you get 150 shares. For a $6,000 cap, you get 75 shares. And that's no cost for you. And it's paid every single anniversary year. The next way that is the most significant way to earn stock is the Elite Agent Production Award. So I briefly mentioned this. Basically what I was saying is once you cap, you've paid in your $12,000 to Real, then you can earn the Elite Agent Award in one of 2 ways. The first would be paying $6,000 of post-cap transaction fees. And so as I was saying, that $6,000 divided by 285 is 21.05. So it's like 21 to 22 more deals. You'd be paying your $6,000. Or if you're in a higher dollar price point, you can have GCI of over $500,000 and 10 sales over $1 million. And all of this makes a lot more sense when you look at the tracker in your app, because you basically have the tracker towards capping. And then once you cap, you'll have a tracker in the app that's showing your progress to your $6,000 of post-cap transaction fees, or your progress to where you're at with your GCI and how many transactions you have over $1 million. And so that is shown in the app, and it's pretty straightforward as to what that looks like. And it's, again, very easy to track. And so once you do these things, then you get that $16,000 in stock. And so one thing to point out with this is you do have to be on a full cap. You do have to be on a $12,000 cap. So if it's a team agent on your team, they can't get this award if they're only on a $6,000 cap. If they're only on a half cap, they don't get this. Okay. Next up, what we're going to talk about is another way in which you can earn income, which is the cultural award for the elite agent. And so if you hit elite agent status and then you are teaching in the Real Academy, then you are able to be eligible for an additional $8,000 in stock. But it does need to be approved prior to being considered for elite agent. Okay. Up next, stock award for attracting. So I mentioned earlier that when you cap, you get a couple shares. When you bring on another agent directly with you in your tier 1, once they sell their first home, and a qualified transaction means that they sell a home that has a minimum GCI of $2,000, then you get stock for that. And so if they're on a 12K cap, you get 75 shares. If they're on a 6K cap, you get 35 shares. And if they are on a 4K cap, you get 25 shares, but a couple shares there. And so if you are attracting a lot of agents to the company, this is a fun one that you log into ShareWorks and you see a bunch of little awards for bringing over agents to the company. All right, up next is revenue share. I've got a video where I dig into revenue share in depth, but basically the way that revenue share works is as you bring on agents to the company, you receive a portion of their GCI from the real side, not from the agent side, but from the real side. And you can collect up to 5 tiers of revenue share. So the people that you bring on that sign up directly with you are in your tier 1. Anyone that they bring on is on your tier 2. Anyone that they bring on is in your tier 3. They bring on is tier 4. And then the people that they bring on is your tier 5. And once you have 25 agents in your tier 1, 25 agents that have signed up directly with you, you would open up all 5 tiers. And so when you're looking at this chart here, you always have tier 1 open, but once you have 5 people, that opens up tier 2, 15 people opens up tier 3, 20 opens up tier 4, and again, 25 agents opens up tier 5. And at that point, you'd be collecting on all 5 tiers. So those are the 8 ways in which you can earn income at Real. There are 2 other ways that you can earn income at Real, but it's not in every state. We have Real Mortgage, and we also have One Real Title. And so there's opportunity to earn money with those ancillary services if you have your MLO or if you are in a state that they have a JV with One Real Title. And so those are other ways in which you can get a little bit of money per transaction here at Real. If you're ready to take a closer look at Real, let's talk. You can schedule a call with me using the link down below. We'll figure out together if this is the right fit for you. And if you've got any questions, let me know, and I'll see you on the next video.